Hello everyone and welcome back to Java Lessons on Codecademy. So today we're going to be doing the last lesson on object-oriented programming. So let's get started. Let's explore one of the keywords used declaring a method. In past exercises, when creating new methods, we use the keyword void. The void keyword indicates that no value should be returned by the method after it executes all the logic in the method. If we do want the method to return a value after it finishes running, we can specify the return type. So the void keyword, which means completely empty, indicates to the method that no value is returned after calling that method. Alternatively, we can use the data type keywords such as integer, character, string, and others to specify that the method should return a value of that type. An example of indicating a return value for a method is below. So you could have something like this. So public int number of tries, of the number of tires, and this means that what's going to be returned is an integer. So in the example above, we create the method number of tires. This method specifies that it will return an integer data type. Inside of the method, we use the return keyword to return the value of 4, which is an integer type. Within main, we called the number of tires method on myFastCar. Since the method returns an integer value of 4, we store the value within an integer variable called tires. We then print the value of tires to the console. So in between the run and main methods, add a method called getAge that returns age by typing this, or I will just copy and paste it. But if you were to create your own method which returns a value type, then you say public whatever you're returning, the name of the method with parentheses and then curly brackets. But inside those curly brackets you have to have a return statement which returns something which is of the type that you have specified. So in this case an integer, age should be a number, or a whole number, an integer. So now that we have copied that, we need to actually paste it in here. So let's run and see what happens. Nothing should actually happen. Okay, well, what we have specified from before should happen. So inside of main, set an integer variable spike age to the value returned by spike.getAge. So in here, what we need to do is int spike age equals to whatever is returned by spike.getAge, and with a semicolon. So we're assigning a new integer, so I will actually leave a blank space there, or a new line, and then on the next line print out the age by typing this. So let's do that. Actually, I will do it a line after because it's different to that and I like to keep my code organized. So before we specified that the age of our dog called Spike is 5, and now once we print that out, what we get is the result of 5. So let's move on. You've created a fully functional dog class. So one of the object-oriented programming concepts that allows us to reuse and maintain code more efficiently is called inheritance. It is used to share or inherit behavior from another class. Let's look at an example. So if you do class car extends vehicle, you're inheriting from vehicle and you're making a new class called car, I believe. So let's actually read the explanation. In the example above, the extends keyword is used to indicate that the car class inherits the behavior defined in the vehicle class. This makes sense since a car is a type of a vehicle. And in our example, we could do class dog extends animal or something like that, or maybe mammal, I don't know. Within the main method of car, we call the check battery status method on myFastCar. Since car inherits from vehicle, we can use methods defined in the vehicle on car objects. So you don't have to copy and paste an old method into your new class. Note that there are now two files in the code editor. Within the dog class, use the extends keyword to inherit from the animal class. So I was right, we're making a dog which inherits from animal. So class dog extends animal, I believe is how it was used. So class, yes, so that's correct. So let's run and see the next set of instructions. Within the main method of the dog class, call the check status method on the spike object. So we have a method already from animal, which is check status, which doesn't need any variables, and it prints your pet is healthy and happy. So let's see if we do that to spike, which is a dog and not an animal, but because dog has inherited from animal, it should still keep this method. So if we do spike.check status with parentheses and a semicolon, what should be printed out is the same as what would be printed out for an animal, and that was correct. So let's move on. So great work. Let's review everything that we've learned about object-oriented programming in Java so far. So we've learned about classes, constructors, objects, methods, parameters, return values, and inheritance. So this is quite a lot that we have learned. So classes are a blueprint for how a data structure should function. Constructors instructs the class to set up the initial state of an object. An object is an instance of a class that stores the state of a class. A method is a set of instructions that can be called on an object. A parameter or parameters are values that can be specified when creating an object or calling a method. A return value specifies the data type that a method will return after it runs. And inheritance allows one class to use functionality defined in another class. So what we need to do for the last task is inside of the main method create a new coffee object called myOrder. So in here we need to make a new coffee. So we do that by doing coffee myOrder equals new, and then oops, not coffee, and parentheses. Does it need something? Yes, it needs number of cubes, so we'll put 2, and let's run and see if that was correct. No, it actually wasn't. So how do you do that again? It was the name of the class, no, the class, then the name that you want equals new, whatever you want, and okay. So I found out what I was doing wrong, and it was that I didn't have a semicolon at the end, and actually the constructor doesn't accept any arguments. This is the constructor, but I was looking at this as the instructor. So that's where I went wrong. So let's actually see what the next set of instructions are. So on the next line, call the addSugar method on myOrder and specify 2 as the parameter. So how we do that is doing myOrder and the name of the parameter, which is addSugar, and we need 2 cubes of sugar. So now that if we run it, everything should be fine, and it tells us that we added 2 sugar cubes. Next instruction is to modify the coffee class so that it inherits from the beverage class. So this is our beverage class, and we need to inherit from it by doing from class coffee extends and beverage. That should be fine. There we go. And then inside of main, call the isFull method on the myOrder object. So how we do that is simply the same as before, myOrder.isFull, and I don't think that we actually need to specify any parameters. Yes, so we get a badge, and we are done with this topic of object-oriented programming in Java. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked this video, then please click the like button. If you didn't like it, please click the dislike button, and please tell me in the comments down below why you didn't like the video. If you have any questions, please do ask in the comments down below. I will be looking at them, answering them as soon as I can. So until next time, thanks for watching and goodbye.